Good morning. It is Friday. Y'all, it feels so good out of here today. It feels so good out this door today. The wind is blowing. Definitely feel good. So, I was just thinking, we have to get over some things, and we have to get over ourselves sometimes. We have to understand that people are not going to understand where we're coming from majority of the time. And you want to know why we have to get over that? Is because not everyone has the same exact mindset that we may have. People will get caught up in their feelings, get caught up in their emotions, and feel as though that you owe them something. And in reality, you don't owe them any explanation. The thing about it is that you're still going to have to do what is best for you and what is best for your interests at heart. I say this all the time. You have to start caring for yourself. Sometimes when you start putting yourself first, that's the best thing that you can do, because not everyone has your best heart at interest. Trust me and understand that and believe it. When people are upset with you or people don't understand, people disagree with you, you have to understand, get over it. Stop trying to explain why you may have done things a certain way or why you went about a certain thing a certain different way or whatnot. Stop it. Get over it. They'll get over it eventually as well. You have to understand that. You have to also get to a point where you cannot allow the way that people, let me tell you something. People will come at you wrong. People will come at you all types of way, but you have to understand not to give that person or those people that much power to dictate the mood that you are in. Stop giving them so much power to where they actually end up controlling your day, the way you feel, the way things going in your life. All of a sudden, they make you feel bad about every decision that you ever made in your life. They make you feel bad about the people that you may have chose to hang with or the things that you're doing in your life. And they may get upset because they just don't quite understand the gist of things that are going on in your life. But however, whatever it may be, you have to not give people that much power. You just literally really have to keep moving and keep it going. However, you may feel free. You have to get over it, and you have to get over yourself. You have to get over things that's not going right. You have to learn that you cannot get mad at the things that you cannot control, period. You have to understand that and get over it. And that's a true statement. I used to get mad at things and used to get mad at people, used to be upset at things or whatever. But then I slowly began to learn that I cannot get mad at things that I cannot control. I cannot get mad at people that I cannot control. I cannot control a person's emotions. I cannot control how a person thinks. I cannot. And it's the truth. You have to get over it. And I mean, it's the thing. You may want somebody to do something for you, and they may not want to do it. They might not be like, I'm not going to do it. And you might try to figure out why they're not going to do it. Stop trying to figure out why they're not going to do it. Stop trying to figure out what's going on with them. Listen, if they don't want to do it, they have the right not to do it. You get what I'm saying? You cannot get mad at a person for making a decision that they feel like, hey, I'm taking care of me. I'm going to stick with this decision because, hey, it might end up a certain way. You cannot get mad at that. And that's the truth. We have to get to that point where we just be like, you know what? I can't even get mad at him or her. I can't get mad at him or her for this or that or whatever. But in the midst of it all, I'm going to tell you something. Don't kick out. Don't push away those that are there for you. Because just because a person says no doesn't mean that they're not there for you. Just because a person say, hey, I need this or I need to take time or I need to do that doesn't mean that they're not there for you or don't mean that they're turning their back on you. They just have to get some things in order. And you cannot get mad. You cannot get mad. You cannot get mad at them for that at all. And it's the truth. People want you to respond to them immediately. Sometimes you're not going to respond to them immediately. We have things that goes on in our personal life that sometimes we really have to take care of ourselves and have to handle ourselves. It doesn't mean that a person is ignoring you or whatever. Sometimes people actually have a lot going on in their lives. So you have to get over it. You have to stop thinking that a person should be priority. You have to focus on yourself. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish and focus on yourself. It really is. Because if nobody else is going to help you get yourself together, who's going to help you? Who's going to help you? You have to understand, we do stuff. I remember I used to always jump for any and everybody. And I mean, I'm always there. I mean, I'm that friend that is literally always there for everybody else. I'm that friend that's going to check up on you, see how you're doing, make sure that you're okay. That's me. I'm that friend. I'm going to be that friend that send you the good morning Texas. I'm that friend that's going to call you and check on you throughout the day to make sure that you're okay. But I'm going to tell you what I have learned. I've learned that people not going to always do that for me. People not going to call and check on me and see how I'm doing, even though I call and check up on them. I've learned that, guess what? This what I've learned in this season about me is, guess what? I got to put myself first. I got to stop being there for everybody else when can't everybody be there for me. And it's okay to get to that point in your life where you start putting yourself first. Why? Because you have to, remember, you have to have your best interest at heart again, because not everybody's going to have your best interest at heart. And that's the truth. That is really the truth. We do so much for people, but do people do much for you? You have to sit back and look at who was there for you when no one else was there for you. And I don't care, family, friend, or foe. You have to really understand that. And people need to look up what a friend is and look up what family and look up foe. Those are 3 different types. Really and truly are. So I remember I was watching the show called Originals, and I remember they had this thing called Always and Forever. Regardless of what they did to each other, regardless of what happened, they was always there for each other, always and forever. No matter how many times Niklaus messed up, or how many times Rebecca kept falling in love with the wrong man, no matter how many times Elijah put himself on the back burner for everybody, no matter how much wrong Cole did, because Cole was ruthless, no matter how much Cole did, and then Finn, he just wanted everything to be right or whatever. No matter what it was always and forever with them, and they stuck together like glue all the way up until the end. And that's something that, you know, I watched that show because I love the Originals. I love vampire movies, you know, I do. And I sat there and I was watching it, and that always and forever stuck out. A lot of us have friends and families that we're not always and forever sticking to. We're not with them regardless of what they do. But the thing about it that I love the most about Niklaus was this right here. Even though he knew he screwed up a lot, he messed up a lot, and the things that he did, because he moved anxiously, he moved before anybody else can tell him what their plans were. And it was always because he felt as though he was protecting everybody. He felt like, hey, I'm protecting my siblings. I'm there. I'm doing this for the family. I'm doing this for our namesake, because they were Michelsons, and Michelsons were not to be messed with. But the thing about it is that at the end of the day, they always made sure that they had their best heart at interest for one another. And sometimes we have to do that in real life. We have to get to that point where we actually have our best interests at heart when no one else has our best interests at heart. You have to get to the point where you actually have people in your circle that are going to be there always and forever. That's going to tell you whether you're wrong or whether you're right. And even though if you may be wrong, it doesn't hurt for them to tell you that, because they know they can come to you and tell you what you did wrong. And yeah, you may be like Niklaus and get mad and get upset. But the thing about it is that you will respect them at the end of the day for it. You get what I'm saying? You have to respect a person for their decisions and what they did and why they made them. It might not be what you want for them, but you have to respect the decision that they made. And you have to understand that whatever it is that they chose to do, it didn't have anything with you or how you felt. It had something to do with them, because at the end of the day, remember, they're making sure that they have their best heart at interest. You can never get mad for a person for putting their best heart at interest first, because that's the thing. A lot of us don't understand that, and we will never get the gist of it, because some of us are so selfish that we always want everybody to do what we tell them to do. We want them to do what we tell them to do. But then you got to get back to this right here. Do we all do what God wants us to do? Do we? No, we don't. No, we do not. We are the most rebellious people that I know. We rebel, go against. You get what I'm saying? And in the midst of it all, even when we fall, make mistakes, guess what? We get ourselves together, and then we learn along the way. You get what I'm saying? You learn from your mistakes. But you never get mad at the person for the decision that they chose to make. The only thing that you can do is say, hey, you know what? That's on you. I love you. I'm still here. And guess what? It is what it is. That, to me, if you don't know what the originals are, if you've never watched the originals, I'm telling you all, watch the originals. It's a vampire series. And like I said, that man, Niklaus, is ruthless. He's selfish. I mean, he is brutal. But the thing about him the most is that he really, truly, truly values that always and forever. Regardless of what the situation was, or no matter what the circumstances was, no matter what came against him or his family, that man stuck beside his family and with his true friends. Because even Marcel was somebody that he brought up and he raised as his own, and he loved Marcel like he was his son, and he allowed Marcel to make decisions that he made. Even Marcel had to understand that even though you raised me as your son and you love me as your son, I could never be a Michelson, because that always and forever stuck and was tight like glue. And no matter what the decision was that they made, they stuck together as a family at the end. Do you hear me? So again, regardless of what, like, and Marcel was in love with Rebecca, and Rebecca was in love with Marcel, but they couldn't be together because they respected Niklaus. They respected Niklaus, but at the end of the day, towards the end of the season, Niklaus was like, you know what? Y'all can have each other, y'all can love each other, because it was a decision that they chose to make. Did he want it for them? Yeah, he wanted it for them, but he loved his sister, and he didn't want her to make poor decisions. But regardless of her poor decisions that she made, he still managed to love her regardless of what her decisions were. I'm telling you all, there's always a message in a series or in a show you can learn from it. And in the midst of it all, they used to always tell Niklaus, get over yourself. Stop thinking that everyone is against you. Even his baby mama Haley, she was like, stop thinking that everybody wants what you have, Niklaus. You have to get over it, because just like you're fighting for what you want, we're fighting for what we want, and we all want the same thing. And if you have a friend or a family member that you truly love, and a friend that you love, or a sibling that you love, regardless of what it is, you all are fighting for the same thing. You all are wanting the same thing, and that's what's best for each other. It doesn't mean that you have to literally hate them, dislike them, not love them for the decisions that they make. That's not what you do. You allow them to make them decisions. You allow them to fall. And you get over yourself. You get over the fact that they're not going to do what you want them to do. You're not going to do. They might lie to you to cover up your feelings. They may lie to you to pacify you. They may lie because guess what? They told you the truth. It would kill you more than it would kill them. You get what I'm saying?